Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to show you how I turned a block of walnut and this walnut firewood into these matching nightstands. Now when I was making these I decided to go with form over function when I designed the legs. And if you apply a little bit of pressure right on the edge here, you can see that they wobble a little bit. So I may redo the legs in the future, but for now we're going to leave them as is. So enjoy the video. Thank you. Okay, so here I am putting in my resaw blade. I just recently got this bandsaw, and this is the first time that I put a resaw blade on it. And this is the block of wood that I used for the top. I ended up cutting the block of wood right down the center and resawing each piece in half. I recently upgraded my planer and joiner, so these are pretty old. I had bought these from another guy right down the street from me. They were very cheap and not great, but you know, they did the job. So I decided to do the pour in one shot, so I built a form and put both nightstand tops in one form so I can pour it all at once. Here I am mixing the epoxy. This turned out to be a really nice color. So I built this router sled to flatten the nightstands because they were too wide for my planer, and you know, this just creates such a huge mess. But it did the job really well. It ended up taking off a little more than I wanted. I wanted them to be a little bit thicker, but I wanted them to be flat as well. So I had to take off a little more than I expected. So after the tops were done, I moved on to making the legs. So funny story about this firewood. I was at my mom's house sitting around a fire pit, and she went to add some more fire to the fire pit, and I noticed that it was black walnut. So I almost had a heart attack. I mean, I jumped out of my chair and ran over and grabbed the firewood before she threw it in. You know, I didn't realize where it had come from, and then we found out that it was actually my sister had a coworker who cut down this walnut tree and obviously didn't know what he had, offered the firewood to us. And you know, it was such a waste to burn anything like that, so I took it and I made it into the actual legs for these nightstands. So here I'm laying out how the legs were gonna go. I couldn't figure out like how I wanted the design to end up. So, like I said in the intro, I chose form over function, and they really don't function all that. I mean, if you use them as a nightstand, they're okay, but if you apply pressure at the corner where the leg is not supporting the top, they do tilt. So I'm probably going to end up fixing these. So I ended up getting this Woodpecker Ts3, and this is my first woodpeckers tool, so it's kind of a little splurge, but this thing works pretty well. All their stuff is really well made, and they actually are in the next city over from me, so they're not far at all. So it was nice that I actually, instead of paying for shipping, I was able to go pick it up directly from them. So I built this little jig to round a space for the legs to fit into the top. I mean, it worked out pretty well. used armrseal to finish the top and the legs, and I really like armrseal. It works out really well, but the only thing is you have to apply a couple different coats and sand in between, but it's a really strong finish. So that's it. Here they are. Thank you for watching, and look forward to making more videos. Thank you.